let's talk about the money-making model of any organization. So, whether you are a corporate for-profit organization, a small business, or a nonprofit, or a school, or a church, everything has a money-making model. Even your family has a money-making model. And if we're going to simplify it down to the most common way to look at it, it's this. There is a way that money comes into your organization. There are ways that money goes out of your organization, and there's what happens with any that's left over. That's the simplest terms that we can use to describe a money-making model. So let's look at it from a variety of different ways or different types of organizations. So a typical corporate structure, the way that money comes into an organization is typically sales of some sort. You may have memberships in a software as service organization or SaaS organization, there's subscriptions. But fundamentally, there's a sale to someone who pays you for a product or service. For a nonprofit organization, it could be grants or fundraising. For a church, it's people who give and tithe. For a school, it's for a public school, there is government funding. For a private school, there is tuition. For your family, somebody typically goes out and has a paycheck that comes in to fund your expenses for your family. So there's always a way that money is being brought into an organization. And then how it gets spent are typically called the expenses. And that's what it takes to run that business or the family, the school, the church. And then what's left over is sometimes reinvested back into the business, or sometimes it is distributed as bonuses, or depends on what type of organization it is. But that fundamentally, it is those three things. Money comes in, money goes out, and what happens with what is left over. So I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about Bugs. Our cat is making an appearance in today's video. She's also and has expenses in this household. I want you to take a moment and think about your situation. What kind of organization do you have? And then jot some notes just on a plain piece of paper or a journal page. How does money come in? How does money get spent? And what happens with what is left over? And once you do that just cursory overview, then I want you to ask yourself, how can I find out more about the money-making model of my organization? Step one.